It's been 2 years since light rail came to downtown Mesa. Now we're working on the next extension to Gilbert Road. Joining me today is Jennifer Donaldson.
Good morning.
A Mesa resident, correct?
Yes, sir.
Who's also the project manager for the light rail extension to Gilbert Road. She works for Stacy and Witbeck and Sundt, the group that's come together that's working and building light rail from downtown out to Gilbert Road. Jennifer, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So, this is a big project, a lot going on in Mesa. How are things going? Where are we right now in the phase of construction?
We're about 7 months into construction. We just switched from an early work, smaller utility package and are moving into the bulk of the construction. We are really ramping up with underground utilities, the joint trench that will move the overhead lines on the south side of the road underground, and some water line relocations and some storm work.
So yeah, a lot of people don't realize they drive on the streets all day long, but they don't realize under those streets are a lot of stuff.
A lot.
So it can be water, sewer lines, electrical, stormwater. So all those things, we want to get all those issues resolved, get all that new line, any adjustments we have to make before we put the light rail on, right?
Correct. We're trying to get them out from under the new guideway, so if they ever need to be accessed in the future, you can get to them.
All right, so the guideway's kind of going almost straight down the middle of the road.
Yes.
A lot of those are having been pulled to the side, is that correct?
Yes.
Very good, okay. So you've been on this project from the beginning. I remember we met each other at the groundbreaking almost right here in front of the old Mervyn's. Talk to us a little bit about the timing of construction and what you see. You say we're about 7 months in. Kind of break down the different phases, what we can expect to see maybe over the next year or so.
So pretty much now through the end of the year, we'll be heavy into utilities. Now until September, November, we'll be really working on underground. Once September hits, we'll start taking the overhead lines and moving them underground.
Okay.
Once we hit the end of the year, we'll start working on the roadway narrowing, but more of the surface work.
Okay.
Early in spring, we'll start track work, and then it'll just start going up with stations.
All right, so that makes sense. So right now, we're doing all the underground work, getting that completed. Sounds like the beginning of next year. Then we'll see more of the work on the surface. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, very good. Now, as you drive down Main Street, and we want people to still come down Main Street. There's a lot of great businesses. Jennifer, one of the things I remember you spoke about quite a bit at the beginning of the project, and I'm sure it continues to be important, is talk about the drivers and trying to be safe, and what should they be aware of, and how can they make that experience in going up and down Main Street a safe one?
So if you come down Main Street, you'll see we have a lot of work zones opened up. And to do that, we have to shift traffic and reduce the number of travel lanes. So the speed limit has been reduced to 25 miles an hour. So the first rule, or the first thing we would appreciate the most, is to slow down and abide by that 25-mile-an-hour speed limit. The second thing is to follow the chevrons. So you'll notice the traffic control barricades. There's some set up behind us. But the chevrons will point you in the direction where you need to go. Okay. And if you slow down, you can see them and they become a little more obvious. So if you...
Be so confused. If you're going too fast, you might miss it.
Yes.
And you don't want to be playing chicken with the other lane coming at you.
Correct.
Okay, very good. That's important. So you talked about the phases. What's the kind of expected, where are we looking for kind of conclusion of construction right now?
So right now we're shooting for an opening in May of 2019. Okay. For months before that, everyone will think we're done. We're not. There's a lot of testing to do to prove it's safe for the public, but that's our current schedule.
We're here at Mervyn's. There's a lot of activity here. Do you have any idea generally about how many people are working on the project right now?
Right now, we have about 100, including staff and workers in the fields. That'll ramp up to almost double when we hit peak.
All right, Jennifer, we also know that it's important for those who are driving to be safe. But there's a lot of neighborhoods that are near light rail that may be going back and forth. Talk to us a little bit about the pedestrian safety and bike safety that we want to encourage.
So we maintain walkways on both sides, north and south side of Main Street during construction. If we have to impede or cross the sidewalk, or our work zone just gets too close to the sidewalk for it to be safe for pedestrians, we will put up these temporary barricades and create a walkway that's safe for the pedestrians to walk. So we
stay in the chute.
Stay in the chute.
You'll be safe.
So pedestrian signs pointing you there, and if it crosses a curb, we have ADA ramps that we've manufactured to make it safe and ADA accessible as well.
And the other, we don't want to discourage people from coming down on Main Street. We still want people to come. There's a lot of great businesses here. There's a new restaurant. You say it's really good.
It's fantastic.
Fantastic. So we're excited about the businesses. We need to support them. So I encourage you. I know it's going to be a little convenient, but please come and patronize the businesses here on Main Street. Jennifer, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much.